Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of human design and how it can help us to find more alignment in everything we do. Today we're going to be focusing on one of the 9 energy centers in your chart, particularly the Crown Energy Center, which is a top triangle right at the top of your body graph. By the end of this video you will know what the Crown Energy Center actually does and the insights that it can give us. You're going to understand how to tell whether your crown is defined or undefined and what they both mean, and I'm going to share tips with you on how you can work with your design instead of against it, regardless of whether you have a defined or undefined crown. If you do enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this about human design, then please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. So let's get started. First of all, in human design, the Crown Energy Center is located at the top of the body graph. This center is all about inspiration, ideas, and questions. It's a starting point for mental processing and serves as a gateway for the thoughts that enter your mind. Whether it's defined or undefined, the Crown Center plays a crucial role in how you process and handle mental pressure. So how do you know if your Crown Center is defined or undefined? It's actually super simple. What you want to look at is whether your crown, so this triangle at the very top, is colored in or white. If your crown is colored in, it means that you have a defined crown center. If your crown is white, it means you have an undefined crown center. So first let's talk about a defined crown center. If your crown center is defined or colored in, then you generate a consistent flow of ideas and inspiration. You're always mentally active. You're always coming up with new ideas, new things you could do, new things you could try, new ways that things could be improved. And this can be an incredible source for innovation and creativity, but when not managed correctly, it can also lead to overthinking and mental pressure. So it's really important for you to find intentional ways to channel this mental energy in order to avoid burnout. So here are a few tips for those of you with a defined crown center. Number 1 is to practice mindfulness or meditation in order to calm your mind. For example, try to either start or end your day, or both, with a 10-minute guided meditation, just to soothe your mental load and to try and slow down all of the different ideas that could be floating around your head. Tip number 2 is to engage in creative activities to channel your ideas. This energy is going to be present whether you want it to be or not. So what you want to do is to learn to channel this energy in ways that feel good to you. And this can be anything depending on what your interests are. You could be painting, you could be writing, you could be gardening, you could be knitting, you could be fixing cars. The activity itself really doesn't matter as long as it allows you to express your ideas in a tangible form. And tip number 3 is to set boundaries to avoid overwhelm. An example of this is to actually schedule into your week specific thinking times. So these are pockets of time that you intentionally carve out to contemplate, reflect, strategize, brainstorm, to allow, once again, that energy to be used and to be used mindfully and intentionally. This in turn will reduce the pressure that you feel and will create more openness and more opportunity for you to also rest and recharge without having to put up with that constant mental pressure weighing you down at all hours of the day. Now let's look at the undefined crown center. So if your crown center is undefined or white, then you don't have a fixed way of processing ideas and inspiration. So you might find yourself easily influenced and affected by the ideas and mental pressures of the people around you. This flexibility is definitely a gift because it allows you to see things from different perspectives and to easily adapt to different ideas. But of course, you also have to manage the potential challenges that come with being so open. So here are my top 3 tips for those of you with an undefined crown center. Tip number 1. Be mindful of the mental pressures that you absorb from others. For example, when you spend time with family or friends, or if you're in a busy cafe and exposed to other people around you, take a moment to breathe, to slow down, and to center yourself. Something that I do is that I like to imagine a bubble forming around me to protect me from me absorbing other people's energies, especially when it comes to their ideas, because I have an undefined crown. So take your time when you're surrounded by a lot of noise to really check in with yourself and mentally separate your thoughts from other people's. Tip number 2 is to spend time alone to clear your mind, especially after spending time with others. So things like take a walk by yourself in nature or find a quiet corner in your house just to be in your own space so that you can decompress and let go of any energy that you would have picked up whilst being in company. And you can kind of reset your own energetic level, and whatever mental pressures you've picked up along the way aren't going to inadvertently influence the way that you think, behave, or feel. And tip number 3 is to use journaling to sort through your different ideas. Something I do and that I encourage you to try is to write down your thoughts and ideas just before you go to sleep. This process helps you digest and let go of any ideas that you've picked up that day that aren't serving you, so that you can release that mental pressure that may have accumulated throughout the day. You know, sometimes we'll have a conversation with a family member and they make a comment, and that creates that mental pressure of maybe I should be doing this thing that they've suggested I do. Or we go on social media and we see how other people are living their lives and think, okay, maybe I should be changing my dining room, or I should be redoing my garden, or maybe I should be booking a holiday to Ibiza, whatever it could be. You just want to make sure that you're not just absorbing these ideas mindlessly and without being aware of it, and then making them your own and subconsciously allowing them to influence you and your life. With an Undefined Crown Center, you're designed to play with different ideas, borrow them for a little while, sample them, see how they feel for you, whether they resonate or don't, and once you've learned your lesson, let them go. So as you can see, understanding your crown center and how it's influencing you, whether it's defined or undefined, can really enhance your self-awareness and your personal growth. It's about understanding how your crown center is designed to operate, leaning into that, and finding your personal strategies to find balance between inspiration and mental peace. And just remember that human design is a tool, and different parts of your body graph can give you different insights in how you're designed to operate and how you're designed to thrive. Think of all these different aspects as puzzle pieces that individually hold information, but that also together build a bigger picture of who you are. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. And I would love to know whether your crown is defined or undefined. Mine is undefined. And I also have an undefined ajna, which I'm going to be talking about in the next video in this series. So if you want to learn more about your Ajna Center, then make sure you are subscribed and make sure you've hit the bell so that you get a notification when I post a new video. If you would like any support or guidance from me, then check out the different ways I can support you. I will leave the information of how I can help through my human design readings or coaching services down in the description box, and I hope to see you here next week. Bye guys.